Hello guys, Lady Lee here from Lady Lee's Home. In this video I want to share with you our purple sweet potato harvest for this year 2023. This is the first year that we are planting a huge, a long 70-foot row of sweet potatoes. It worked and it didn't work, and you'll see why in a minute. So you can see that the plants are starting to die, starting to brown and dry and get damaged from the cold temperatures. We are down to 40s at night, and this is too cool for sweet potatoes. We harvest sweet potatoes before the first frost. So here in North Carolina, central North Carolina, we plant after the last frost, after danger of all last frost, about the middle of May, and then we harvest in the middle to end of October. We start by cutting all of the vines so we can take this weed cover off. We put this weed cover on the bed after we kind of raised the row a little bit, raking the soil into the center to make a little bit of a raised row. And then we put the weed cover after we burned holes, planting holes in it. And now that we are ready to harvest the plants, it is time to take the weed cover off so we have better access and we can dig. So we basically just cut the vines at the base and then uncover the bed. Now, I say that it was a success and not a success because a lot of our plants died. We received the slips a little bit too late, about a month too late, and we planted about a month too late. And I wasn't really sure that we will have a good harvest, and a lot of our slips just dried because it was already too hot. Since we were a month late. So I wasn't really sure what we were going to get here, but as you can see, we got some giant, huge purple sweet potatoes. Those are purple sweet potatoes. They taste a little bit different than the orange ones, but they're delicious. There's a lot of information about them on the blog, and I will link to all of that in the description of the video. So a lot of the plants didn't grow, they just died on us, and really this whole 70-foot bed, we only had about 15 plants. We planted more than 100, and we only had 15 to 20 slips actually become plants. And looking back now, this was really a blessing because I guess this specific variety of purple sweet potatoes, you need to plant it, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 feet apart. And we only planted a foot apart between each slip. And then we did 2 rows in that 4-foot bed. We really, for next year, we're probably going to do just 1 row of at least 2 to 3 feet apart between each plant. We had some giant potatoes. I am curious to cook them and see if they actually taste good, or if they lose the good texture and taste because they're that large. So that is something that we're still going to try to figure out. Now, here you simply see us digging by hand because that's all we can do. If you have a tractor with a potato digger attachment, then this task is going to be much, much simpler. If you can drive the tractor and kind of scoop underneath the potatoes. They don't go too deep into the ground, but they're long and sometimes weird shape, and you really have to be very careful not to break them and not to damage the skin of the potato, because if we damage the skin of the potato or break them, then they can't cure well and be stored at room temperature for a long time. So we really try to be gentle here, but this task would have gone much, much, much faster if we had a tractor with a potato digging attachment. It is fun though. The kids enjoy it, just playing in the soil, and I enjoyed it. The weather outside at this time of the year is perfect, and it was just fun to dig around. We got a whole lot of potatoes from just those few plants, and I actually think that we would have had a big problem and probably too many potatoes for us to handle if all of the plants grew and didn't die the way they did at the beginning of the season. As we were digging for sweet potatoes, we uncovered a nest of baby mice, and the mother was nowhere around, so Nori decided to try and raise them. We ended up with 5 mice in the house, but they didn't last more than a few days. So that was an interesting experience. As far as the sweet potatoes, the only thing that was left for us to do is put them in crates and store them in a cool and a dark place. We ended up storing them under the house in the crawl space. It's cool and dark over there, and once they're cured, they will be able to last for many months as long as they are stored this way. That's it. This was an interesting experience this year, and we're definitely feeling much more prepared for next year. I will link all of the information, all of the purple sweet potato information that I have on the blog and here on YouTube, in the description of this video. Thank you for watching.